Who would like to remind us what happened last week?
Thad, why don't you tell us what happened last week?
You fought some worms and leveled up.
That basically covers it, yeah.
Yeah, and you disintegrated one of them.
Yes, Corbin's a hero.
Yet again.
I probably did as much damage with your character as I have with Estella in like 30 sessions.
Did you use the dog to any good effect with his ability?
No, I didn't understand how to use the dog, so I just...
Dog attack, give things disadvantage.
Okay. It was also a very large battlefield, and I wasn't sure about how to make him... Like, if I could make him teleport to places in the battlefield, or if he just had to run.
No, like you when he comes active, you summon him within 30 feet, and then he's just a beast.
Okay.
If you ever run across that again.
Yeah, there were cliffs in the way and large distances.
Yeah.
But you also did manage to banish a phoenix egg.
Egg is gone.
So you don't have to worry about that anymore.
So just so I know, we haven't even left the mountain area yet, right?
Like, no, you are almost back to the city at this point.
Yeah, we got the worm situation getting near the city, getting back. That's why we're getting to the fight, because we was like, oh, okay, scenery. And Lycra was like, no, they're too close. They're going to make a wreck of the city. We need to deal with this.
All right. Well, on that note, we will pick back up right there. What would you like to do?
Do we hear a bard?
You should.
Bard!
Huh?
I don't hear it.
Oh, bard. I thought you said bark. I'm like, what?
How about now?
No?
It's very quiet.
Yeah, here it is very quiet.
Like, I normally have bard at like 30%, and I had to turn him up to like 50.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, now I hear it. Cool.
Success. So, yeah. It is getting on towards midday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a little past midday at this point.
You know, we did so well in that fight. I feel like I somehow got better at my job.
I am amazing. I didn't even do anything.
Oh, come on, you did everything. Look at the dust.
Have you seen Ashish? He might actually be the death god.
No, I know the death god. She's isn't him. Them.
I think, deja vu, I think we have said this banter before.
So we're just, might get fully caught up. We are walking back to the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you just want to be back at the city, we can certainly do that. But
if nothing of note happens, and considering I missed a session, let's just move on into the plot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you arrive back at the city.
The blood is waiting a week.
Good. Well, I will just go tap Lycra on the shoulder. Would you like to go tell your cousin about this, and I can inform Metis?
That's very reasonable. I'm just glad we were able to deal with the current wave. Hopefully there aren't others out there. Though, considering the size, it's probably not likely there are too many.
I doubt it. Although seeing two in the same area is a little concerning.
Lycra does send a message to Candlekeep, just updating them on, hey, I know you guys occasionally have giant ice worms like this. Anything happening over there that might be causing them to flee or migrate?
You receive somewhat of a generic reply. There's nothing much going on, basically.
Nothing we know about would be causing that situation.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, jeez.
They're not that common, but you hear one every once in a while, so it's not a humongous cause for alarm as long as it's dead now.
Yep, it's dead now. So's the other one.
You also, I assume, like you said, inform Cat and Metis.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there any response to the D100 on the wild magic?
You've regained all expended sorcery points.
Aw.
Wait, what are these? Corwin!
I'll take those.
Let's put those back where they belong. Okay. Yeah. They both of them basically toss that on the pile of other things to be concerned about.
Yep. We've done our due diligence. Not our problem anymore.
I actually have a proposal for the situation. The fireworm thankfully got dusted, so there's no worries about the carcass. The ice worm, however, is still at least a husk outside of the city. There might be consideration to processing its remains as a food source for some of the species that prefer that kind of meat, rather than letting it sit and rot outside the city, causing a possible population explosion of something else undesirable, like rats.
Rats.
For a second, I thought you were suggesting that the poor citizens of Vroggoll eat the worm.
More the poor citizens that like the taste of a frozen worm meat should dine well for the next month or so, because it's frozen worm meat, so it'll thaw slowly, so they don't have to deal with it today.
Corwin just has a look of absolute disgust on his face.
I don't.
Cats shall feast.
Yeah, I don't think that people hunt these things for meat,
Well,
so no one would know what they taste like. If you want to be the first,
Do
be my
you
guest.
want to find out if it's toxic? Go ahead.
I mean, I'm already working on that, and I show a bunch of bottles with warm body fluids.
People are disgusting.
Poison.
It's an opportunity, and I think it's an opportunity, yes, for food in the city. I don't know, whatever
Well,
nature's fix gets here.
you run your tests first, and then by the time you do and we get back out there, the meat will probably have gone rancid.
Or melt.
Look, I'm just saying the bugbears are omnivores. They tend to eat whatever they get their hands on and are very efficient at it.
Okay.
This is the sort of thing that I feel like I should be interested in, but I just cannot bring myself to care.
I'm gonna. Anyone got like chicken? Normal meat? I'm suddenly craving normal meat, not worm meat.
There is certainly chicken at any number of pubs and or street side food stands.
And as you look around, you've already realized Liz has disappeared and is sitting in a coffee shop having her coffee.
I was thinking more of a bar, but okay.
Liz is gonna run this city out of coffee.
Don't have it at home. She's grown a taste of it in her travels.
That's gonna be a headache later.    That's gonna be a headache later.       That's gonna be a headache later.
It's
No, it'd be a headache. Well, I guess it would be.
All right. So you basically, at this point, have 3 days of downtime. I don't really see any point in going through that linearly. So anybody that is interested in doing something in the next 3 days, now is your time.
This ghost takes a coffee make us.
Liz goes to find Surge.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
Okay. You are fairly adept at making coffee. You have yet to grasp the intricacies of actually roasting the beans.
How's she doing at grinding the beans?
That's part of making the cup.
She buys beans. And everything needed to make a good cup of coffee.
Now, is she a blonde roast or a dark roast?
Blonde. She wants that caffeine.
I was going to say.
That will be 10 gold. Because I assume that she wants to get fancy about it.
Of course.
So you've got the filters and the V60 and a French press and
No,
all the
vacuum.
stuff.
It's the vacuum.
The Japanese vacuum.
Yep.
thing?
It's all that. The joy is being able to make your own fire.
The chemistry set version.
All right.
On Lycra's side of thing, if Ty is done.
Sounds like a yes.
Lycra will go to her sister and start explaining the concept of a new spell that's kind of dawned on her, and try to see if she can get together the cast-off from the jewelry markets, specifically of rubies, showing her that there's a chance that this magic can be used to cage new threats to the city relatively repetitively, relatively easily.
Sorry, refresh me on what spell we're talking about here.
Force cage.
What?
Force cage. It requires 1500 GP in ruby dust, but does not consume the ruby dust.
Force cage is very potent.
Okay. Yeah, you can, through various places across the city, barely scrape that much ruby dust together. Some of them you will have to make into dust yourself. I have to ask where you're getting 1500 gold from.
That's why I went to my sister.
I see.
Because it's absolutely for the city's own good in the long term.
Surely it is.
I mean, if I'd had it last week, I wouldn't have had to fight the damn worm. I would have just caged the one and let the other one kill it.
Okay. She can help you out with 500 gold.
It's a start.
As I recall, don't some of you have bags of jewels as well?
Checks inventory.
Not me.
Bag of diamonds, 300 GP, but
That's different and also important.
Mine is gone. I think I spent it.
I no
Okay.
longer need these gems. I give them to Liz.
Yeah, I thought there was one left over, but I guess there is not. Alright, well,
We spent it at the Andrea's home.
This is the poor group. Cheney's group is the
Someone
rich
doesn't
group.
Give us money.
To be fair, Cheney hasn't given us money in like a year.
That's
I mean,
just
Or-
give us all the money to start with.
Yeah,
mean-
so yeah, go ahead and mark down 500, and we
Yep.
will work on getting you some more.
Yeah,
To be honest, I really like both dynamics of having a lot of money and not having any money.
I mean,
and
100 gold is a lot of money.
yes, and
Indeed.
Lycra is very grateful and gives her sister a hug and explains about how she will continue to try to build up enough of the ruby to be able to effectively show off the magic when she can. And then asks if there's any small problems in the city she can help her sister with the next 3 days while they're waiting for the wagons. And whatever that ends up being, she'll dutifully do the younger sister helping out older sister thing.
Okay. Yeah, she sends you on what are basically errands, but not the kind of errands that anybody could do. Interfacing with nobility and that kind of thing, just to help her out so that she can get 2 things done at once.
Lycra puts a proud smile on and makes sure her sister has a couple of calmer days.
Mm-hmm. She is grateful for this. Also, anybody that's working on anything can mark those days down as well.
Oh yeah, I should pull that out. Thank you for reminding me. 21 days?
Okay.
Are we staying 21 days in the city? I thought it was a week.
No, I'm
No,
21
it's-
days into my project.
Yeah.
Ah,
You feel like you're about 2/3 done. Alright, anybody else?
I need to find a tuning fork.
A blank one, I assume?
Yes.
They are readily available. How many would you like?
2, just in case.
That will be 2 gold.
Okay.
So if I remember correctly, the sorry, this wasn't my go.
Do I have to do anything to make the tuning forks like attuned to the prime material plane, or are they just attuned already because they're from here?
Yes, you do. I have, I guess, decided, but
Mhm.
if you want to have a different opinion, that's fine. We can figure it out. That it's basically like a cantrip, just 3 days of enchanting
That's
using the plane shift spell. It's not like you're not enchanting the item with the plane shift spell, but it's kind of the same idea.
Okay. So, at the end of you said we have 3 days.
Yes.
So at the end of the 3 days, my tuning fork is tuned to the prime material plane.
That is correct.
Through this experience, do I think that this other blank tuning fork that I have would work for tuning to another plane of existence, or would it only work for tuning to the plane of existence where the material that it is made from is from?
You get the sense that you will get one of whatever plane you are currently on when you do this process.
So I have a blank tuning fork, and if we go to, say, the plane of water, and we somehow didn't drown, I could spend 3 days attuning that blank tuning fork to that plane.
Yes.
Okay.
Presumably the same with the Feywild or Shadowfell.
I have a Feywild tuning fork.
I just have this image of like a leather knife roll of tuning forks.
Yep.
I'm just picturing a keychain of tuning forks, so same difference.
Don't hit the wrong one.
She rolls it out. This is where I'd have my tuning fork for some plane. If I had one.
If I hadn't buried it on an island that's exploded.
Yeah.
All right. You were saying something, Ty?
The temple in the city is a general purpose temple, right?
That is correct.
And it has little alcoves for each deity or who wants to put one up, right?
Yeah, there are some dedicated ones for the most widely worshipped gods in the city, and then there's one that is kind of just general use for everybody else.
Is there any open alcoves?
No, actually, there are not.
Okay, give me a moment then. Anybody else wants to go, they can go before me.
Okay.
When I am not working on my tuning forks, I'm just spending some time with Metis.
Okay. Just social time, basically.
Yeah.
And you had also mentioned that you maybe wanted to do some experimenting with a new spell before the entire group used it, or is that for later?
Yeah. I can't though because I have to use the plane shift spell to make the tuning fork work.
Okay.
So I think that is higher priority. Finding a way, making sure that I have a way home.
Yes, that makes sense.
That will have to come later.
All right. Anybody else?
So Liz goes and sets up her own little setup, kind of next door, maybe like on the pathway out to the temple. And she uses, God damn you piece of shit.
Oh.
Whoa.
She uses Temple of the God, where she sets up for 24 hours, after spending an hour to cast it, a little temple to her god. And she's there to show magic.
Okay.
Specifically, I think she spends probably a lot of time being like, hey, do you need help? I can mend that for you. Let me fix those shoes. And things like that, just using magic.
So, are you just basically doing good works, or are you at the same time trying to gain some worshippers for your god?
Her main goal is to show the usefulness of magic because she thinks that's the way to worship her god.
Okay.
But
because you have already a fancy magical temple, go ahead and make.
oh, I gotta roll something here first.
Oh yeah, you do. That is true.
Don't all the enchanting things have to roll too?
Oh no.
I mean, we kind of hand wave a lot of the enchanting stuff anyway, so they could just be, oops, you're a seagull for 10 minutes.
Roll a d10, please.
Oh, I'm not making worshippers.
Oh, this is a seagull.
Okay, I will whisper you what's going on here.
Uh-oh.
Womp womp.
Never saw Liz again.
Okay, so because you have this big fancy spell and you're doing other spells, please make a charisma or religion roll with advantage.
So straight charisma or religion?
Yeah, if you have something that, I guess I would take persuasion, not intimidation.
I'm gonna go with religion, considering she has a charisma of 1.
Okay.
Well, +1. And you said that's at advantage?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you are pretty wildly successful. To the point where you run out of spell slots on the first day, at least, and if you have revealed your ability to do magical healing, there is basically a mob. Otherwise, there's just a line of people with things that they would like you to repair.
Oh, no, we have an
She does not show that off because
Okay.
she doesn't like it herself.
Fair enough.
A lot of magical healing requires touching,
Yes, it does.
and nobody likes the way she does her healing.
Okay. Well, since mending is a cantrip, you they will have you use mending until you fall over, basically.
She is requesting donations, but she's pointing the donations over to the big church, like to help keep that thing's upkeep going.
Okay. Yeah. There's a pretty steady stream to the collection box.
Basically, she's well aware that she's aware enough that people don't like it when a random church just pops up.
Yeah.
But she still does it.
Yeah. You're not causing too much of a scene, and everybody more or less maintains order. About an hour after you start doing this, a couple extra guards show up just to make sure that everybody stays in line, but nobody tells you to stop or anything.
There isn't a religious schism this week.
Yeah. And then go ahead and roll me a d20, please. Oh, wow. At the end of the day, when pretty much everybody has disappeared, a woman who I don't think you recognize walks up and hands you 19 gold.
Liz is a little confused and points towards the collection box.
She insists. You make a perception check. Okay, you saw her come from inside the temple.
I'm sorry, what's this for?
In the service of your god.
Liz uses her magic and her chemistry set to make a nice cup of coffee for her.
She accepts it graciously and says thank you. I'm pretty sure that Liz has never actually met Kat before, right?
No, don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe,
So,
I don't know.
some random woman.
Knowing to Liz, she was just like, whatever. She gets a little distracted easily.
But yeah, this is essentially a portion of the funds that you brought in to further the service of your god. Do you do the same thing for the other 2 days?
Because I don't have anything better, and I like showing off the spell, yes.
All right, roll me 2 more 100s and 2 more 20s.
God damn it.
Okay. The first one is you become large for a minute. And the second one is you randomly teleport 60 feet.
She literally just claps her heels together and teleports right back.
All right.
So I guess she gets more money on those for the other 2 rolls.
Sure does.
Sweet. I'm the only one who's made money in forever in this group.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right. Anything else anybody would like to get up to?
I do.
Yeah.
I had the idea to also get some money somehow, but
Yeah.
first, I want to set up a lab. I'm gonna play with fluids, with the poisoner kid and stuff.
That's certainly a way that you worded that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't do phrasing.
Okay. What is your objective?
I have enough materials to do 5 batches of poison per the poisoner's feet that I bought previously.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna basically do that. Do 5 batches of 5 vials of potions of poison, but I'm gonna try to mix up other things to see if I can spice it up or ruin it in the process. I have red dragon shells to add to one, ice worm fluids to another one, the paralyzing water for another one, and yeah, that's it. The other ones are just gonna do random stuff. I have a poison of heroism that also can mix with.
Okay.
Sorry, you have a poison of air raisin?
Heroism?
Heroism, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do all 5 in one day. I don't see it taking more than like an hour for each one.
Yeah, I could take 2 hours if I'm playing a lot. It says like I take an hour to make one batch, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead for the first one and make me a poisoner's kit with intelligence roll. And let me know if you're using one of the unusual ingredients.
I'm using first the red eggshells. Let me see. With the intelligence.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty successful. So mark down 1 batch of poison. It's just normal basic poison, but instead of doing 1d4 poison damage, it does 1d4 fire damage.
Ooh. It says
It burns.
it to be fair, the poisoner kit thingy does 2d8 poison. Yeah, a
Oh.
bit stronger. Yeah, it's a whole feat. I wasted a feat on this.
Okay, yeah. So the same thing, just fire instead of poison.
Ooh. Next one. I'm gonna do the ice worm thingy.
Okay. All right. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you are a little shakier on this one, but still manage to succeed and do not poison yourself. And this one does ice instead of poison damage.
I'm immune to poison.
Well, then you don't take damage that you don't take.
Does it still confer the poisoned condition?
Yes.
Okay.
I avoid being drenched in liquids.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm writing things down so that's why I'm taking so long.
Mhm.
Third one. I have 3 schemes of paralyzing water. I guess I'm gonna test with the first one to see just what happens.
Okay. I will just let you know before you even make a roll that it is
Mhm.
basically already a poison, so you can't make a poison out of a poison.
Yeah, maybe 1 + 1 = 2. I think Andrea at least will waste 1 in just finding out.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make a roll. I'll say that's high enough that you can combine the effects. Like, they don't get better, but you have one thing that does both things now.
Oh, cool. This is a lot of poison things. To be fair, they're costing me 50 gold each,
Yep.
so they're not free.
Hey, if you were buying poison, it would be less effective and cost 100 gold each. So
Ooh.
Yeah. What else can I do, Tom?
you could mix one with coffee.
Sure. One of the days I'm with Liz and she gives me the idea of what if I put coffee in it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Hyper
roll.
poison.
Yeah, make a roll. All
Makes
right.
people run away twice as fast.
You're successful. You're not sure what it will do. Mark down coffee poison
I got a mark coffee
the
poison.
and let me know when you use it.
Okay. Each one of
Tell
these is
Dale.
5 doses, by the way.
Okay.
And last one that I have, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna mix it with the potion of heroism.
I'm sorry, what?
Have a potion of heroism.
Yeah, potion of heroism mixed with a poison. What the fuck?
I don't know. I feel inventive. I'm giving people work homework.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Do you prefer if I do not? Do you prefer if I do not? I don't
No,
want to be. I don't
I'm
want to be
just
rude.
trying to figure out.
So you're giving. What does heroism do again?
Creatures immune to being frightened gain temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. And
So they get that
loses
effect, and they
those
also
when the
take
spell ends.
2d8 poison damage and are poisoned.
It's. I mean, you can do it. Oh wait, what? Why does the potion of heroism give you the effect of the bless spell
Versus the spell heroism.
Yeah, what the hell
I
was there?
don't know.
Okay. I mean, you are welcome to do that. It'll be, if you succeed, it will be another one that says "Tell Dale."
I don't know if you can mix a magical potion with a mundane poison.
Well, we're about to find out if Andrea blows something up.
I think
Let's
I might
let-
just say the magical potion and make your tummy upset.
Nah, fuck it. I relinquish my wild idea. I'm just gonna make a normal one and keep the potion.
I would say it seems like a poor trade-off to
Okay.
get blessed, but also get disadvantage on the thing you are blessed with.
I was wondering if we were going to use it on enemies or not.
It's like,
How-
oh, here, take this. We know you've been backstabbing us. Now we backstab you.
It could be interesting to make it poison of Bane.
Oh.
Well, I made a
Okay.
normal one.
Yeah, that is successful. You have normal.
Okay, that's it for me.
Okay.
I want to say that I spent a lot of time doing that, so I got some days doing that.
Yeah. All right. Anybody have anything else?
I don't think there's much Corwin can do. I mean, he's very much still like the Drifter, so maybe he's just walking around graveyards, talking to bodies, and maybe he'll find a dead archaeologist and just start chatting with them for a while.
Okay.
Maybe pick up some leads on some interesting things that this guy never finished in life and wants to continue.
Interestingly enough, you do find somebody who was searching in the north for what they thought might be a lot of ancient magical artifacts, but they never managed to locate anything.
Ooh. Corwin will take copious notes.
And when he says ancient, he's talking like 4,000 to 5,000 years ago.
So, like, prehistory almost.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that reputable circles might dismiss as just children's tales, but this individual was convinced for some reason.
I think I found us a side quest.
I'll take it. Literally.
So in the middle of all this, on the evening of the second day, the caravan does arrive, and you receive notice that the day after that, you receive notice that tomorrow morning they will be leaving.
Okay.
So unless there's anything else,
I will mention the stuff I found out if that's something we want to pursue. It could potentially hold clues as to, like, if it's powerful ancient artifacts, it might weirdly enough lead to the Mythlar.
Do we have a direction that's more than just in
North?
the north?
No, but I can start doing investigating when we go to other places.
If you can find something more concrete than in the north, great.
it was more specific in that it would have been far enough north to no longer be affected by the random land changes, and not in the ocean. So that narrows it down a little bit for you.
Sorry, Nibbles, how many days did you say it passed?
By the time you leave, it will have been 3.
3 full days on the city.
Mm-hmm. All right. Last call for anything before you depart.
No,
I'm gonna go get him 2 other blank tuning forks, just in case.
Okay. You now have 3.
Clank, clank, clank. What are you carrying? Armor? No, tuning forks.
Yeah.
What note do they sound when they're not enchanted?
What is the most bland of all notes? Middle C?
Yeah, I think I have 2 C's and an A. Because A is for wind instruments.
Okay. All right. So bright and early, even almost before dawn on the fourth day, you gather up around these steam wagons. They begin making their god-awful noise, and you begin heading north. For the first day, who would like to roll a d8 for me?
I got it.
Liz nopes the fuck out and is flying way above them to
Mm.
avoid the sound.
Okay,
Womp womp.
you are indeed. Um, so the first day passes relatively uneventfully. In the evening, the main driver guy comes to one of you and lets you know that some food has gone missing out of the caravan's personal stores, like the food that they eat as they're traveling, and wondered if you saw anything that happened.
Did we see anything that happened?
Yeah, did we?
The only person that even has a chance at this would have been Liz, since she was not inside. If you want to make a perception check. Do you have dark vision?
She's an elf.
Not all elves have dark vision, but I think so. Give me a moment.
Okay. Make it normal if you have dark vision, at disadvantage if you don't.
Let me double check my character. I'm starting to think I don't have it, but I swear I did.
You thinking about Zoe?
It's a possibility.
Sorry, what were you looking for?
Yeah, you should, I think.
He's looking for dark vision on his character.
They.
Sorry.
Assuming you went with the completely standard build from...
I did. It's 60
Yeah.
feet of dark vision.
Okay, yeah, you got it. So just a straight perception check, please. Okay. Yes, as the wagons were breaking for the evening and everybody was setting up camp, you noticed a dark four-legged figure slinking away from camp into the desert.
But I didn't see that show up.
No. You only saw it leaving.
Liz passes this information on.
Okay. Everybody is asked to keep an eye out in case it shows up again.
Can I go just look for tracks?
Sure. Anybody that would like to do that can make an investigation check.
I will go with Pupper.
Ah. Pupper has advantage on investigation for this.
Investigation advantage.
Oh, crap. That makes sense. So, I mean, really everybody is kind of zeroing in on this, but specifically Ashis and the dog are hot on the trail of what appears to be a gigantic cat.
How
She's purely
gigantic?
because it's a cat.
Yeah.
Like Aquilonia-sized cat or
Bigger.
bipedal-sized cat?
Like tiger-sized cat.
Okay.
These food stores were locked up, right?
They didn't have a lock on them, but they were like in a latched compartment.
So they like it wasn't mauled or torn open, right?
Nope.
We have a cat that knows how to open a latch. That's dangerous.
Or you have a druid.
A what?
A druid.
What's that?
Huh?
It's a person who's close to nature and they can shapeshift and stuff.
I think my dad called those hippies.
Hippies aren't real. They're story parents make up to scare children.
Wait, so I'm a druid?
You're not very.
Close to nature.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Kicks dirt. Nature's all around me.
You live in a city.
So are you continuing to follow these tracks?
I don't know, how long till we find the giant tent?
Ah, no, this definitely has 4 legs.
Yeah, we better
follow
keep
the
following
trail.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me roll a thing. Oh, Jesus. Okay. You find a spot where it looks like this creature paused and was consuming the food. What is left of the food is in a pile nearby, but no trace of the creature. You'd think perhaps your loud argument about how close to nature you were may have startled it off.
Oh well.
So we lost the trail.
Yes, you have lost the trail at this point.
At least you know what it was. I mean, who did the thing?
Yeah, we can just tell them to put a guard on their supplies and be more vigilant of it while we're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm pretty sure. Ashish, do you want to sit by the supplies in case the cat comes back? Because cat.
Yes.
You have gotten Ashis's undivided attention.
Does Ashish leave it open so the cat's more likely to come back?
Yes.
It's not your thing to say.
Okay.
Me? Sure.
So the rest of the evening passes. Anything anybody would like to do while you are stopped for the evening? One more day on enchanting and stuff, I assume?
Yeah, might as well grab that extra 22 now.
Mm-hmm.
Lycra, do you use your weapon anymore? I don't remember.
So I have a magical enchantment that enhances my rapier to make it a magic rapier.
Hmm. I think I'll share with you some of my things that I brew if you like it.
I'm willing to give it a try.
I'll give you one normal poison. It's makes 2d8 damage after a DC 14 con. So I'll give you one normal,
Okay.
one fire, and one ice. It's the same thing, but the type of damage. You need to code your weapon as an action and last for a minute.
All right.
And I'm gonna give the same ones to Ashish.
All right.
No, you know what? I think Ashish is gonna be fun if she has two fire ones, because ice and fire.
I mean,
Any-
my sword can already do fire damage.
Oh yeah. Well, then one each. One normal, one poison, one normal, one fire, and one ice.
Spreading the wealth around.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm gonna try my thing tonight.
All right. Are you taking anyone with you?
No, but I'm also not going very far.
Okay.
This is just a proof of concept. I'm gonna try and walk myself to the other side of camp.
All right. So you cast the spell as normal, and this time you can feel, instead of falling into a trance, your body is actually physically transported into the realm of dreams. As soon as you arrive, not much is different, but you do feel the familiar sensation of everything around you being somewhat in flux. Go ahead and make a wisdom check for me, please. Okay.
Am I still in flux?
So if you look down at yourself, everything is as you remember it. If you concentrate hard enough, you can, like, if you change your clothing, like if you want to change the color or something, that seems to be about the same. Maybe a little more difficult. Like, it requires a little more concentration.
Okay. I want to try and... Well, but I like my clothes. I want to try and give myself a fancy necklace.
Okay.
And then I'm going to float myself over to kind of across the little camp we've made, like maybe 30 feet away from the other caravan.
Mm-hmm.
And then have my hand on the necklace as I let it drop.
Okay. So again, both of those things you're pretty familiar with, so you don't have to roll, but you do feel that it's just slightly more difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
It just requires a little more concentration to keep the object solid and keep your feet off the ground as you move.
Mm-hmm.
And as you drop the spell, you feel the object disappear under your hand as you pop back out where you wanted to be. I'm not giving you the ability to just make anything you want.
I figured, but Estella would want to try it.
But yeah, as long as you stayed in the dream, it felt perfectly real.
Okay. And I was able to move through just like thinking about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Your initial summation is it's basically the same, but requires a little more concentration.
Okay. Tomorrow, presuming I don't spend the spell on anything else, I will do it with a friend.
Okay. Anybody else? All right.
Liz is still practicing her coffee skills and makes coffee for the caravan.
Okay. Yes, everybody who drives the caravan is very familiar with coffee and grateful to have a better class of coffee than they're used to.
It doesn't taste like motor oil.
Yeah.
Except for
Fucked
that
it up
one weird guy who shows up at 3:30 in the morning and goes, "I don't like the good coffee, I like the shitty coffee. Fuck off."
Yeah, he's grumpy. No one talks to Tim anyway.
Tim has instant already.
All right.
I'd put whiskey on mine.
So dawn the next day. Anybody who isn't already awake is very rudely awoken by the noise of the engine starting up again. Who would like to roll a d8 for me that's not Cathanded this time?
Liz takes flight.
I'll do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you start off for the day, you start noticing a bit of dust in the air. And as the day progresses, the dust gets thicker and thicker. Through a dust storm, you only make about half a day's worth of progress before the storm finally clears, just as it is time to camp for the evening.
No, I'm sorry. My magic does not affect weather that strongly. I guess they were right. We're not druids.
What do you want for Liz not to get lost in the dust storm?
That's a good point. Because you weren't with them. I guess just a perception check.
Perception or... Like, I'm fine with perception, but perception or survival?
I think because you're trying to stay with the caravan, it would be perception rather than just survival trying to find your own way.
Or trying to track us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. You manage to stay above it and can keep an eye on them through the brief breaks in the storm. So you're able to stay with them and keep yourself relatively clean. Everybody else is cleaning sand out of all of their crevices.
Mm-hmm.
Like turn down boots that are filled with more dirt that it shouldn't be.
Yep.
Lycra is literally just using her left hand like a vacuum, using the precipitation.
Yep. Okay, so as you camp for the evening, is Ashish going to be keeping an eye on the food tonight?
Yes.
Is Ashish going to be trying to entice the cat?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check then. Okay. Meets it, beats it, right?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. Alright, so the little piece of food that you had left outside of the locker to try to entice the cat, at some point during the night goes missing, but you don't actually manage to see what grabs it.
Darn.
Um, anything else anybody would like to do during the night or evening?
Hey, Andrea,
CB.
I want to try an experiment.
Ooh, you're cooking.
No, Liz is the cook. Liz is the one that's cooking.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. You're. We need
Okay, just come here, sit down,
seats.
hold my hands,
Hold hands.
close your eyes, and
You about to kiss
just
me?
no. Just let yourself zone out. And I'm gonna try and transport us both into the dream.
Okay. You successfully do so. I'll need you both to make wisdom checks.
Check.
Yes.
Oh,
Excellent.
seems good.
So immediately everything seems normal, but then very soon after, which Andrea was Andrea when you
Spring.
were okay? So fall, winter, and summer, all three appear and start attacking Andrea.
Uh-oh.
What?
You both have time to do one thing.
Like attacking seriously or like
You don't know yet.
Can I like make the sand around us just like come up in a big wall? A little
Yes.
shield.
Let me.
The wall is between us and them.
Yes.
Okay. I will treat this as Wall of Force.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a Wisdom check to cast the spell. You need a 13 or higher.
Do I get advantage on this?
From what?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I guess not. I think it's just that things are easier. That's what you said.
Okay, so it doesn't. The wall doesn't quite materialize fast enough, and one of them makes it through.
Okay.
Andrea,
I
what
mean,
do you do?
also it's a wall and they can climb walls.
I'm making it like a dome, like an egg.
I think Spring says, "Nah, geez, not again. I don't like your experiment," and just book it, runs away.
Okay. The creature continues to follow you, but is not as fast as you are.
The creature, meaning the other aspects?
No, Andrea, come back. I'm gonna just go zooming after her.
I start running in circles around Stella. What do I do?
It's okay. No need to panic.
Ah, this is not a happy place.
Take my hand and I will end the spell.
Okay. You reappear wherever it was that you were randomly standing.
Presumably wherever Andrea ran off to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was interesting.
Why did you do that? That was so meany.
I wanted to see if I could bring you in with me. And it worked.
Bring you where?
The dream. That was the dream.
Didn't we read dreams before?
But now I can go there with my body. See, look. Look at where we are.
Yeah, Andreas, she points that out to you. You notice that you have moved physically in the world from where you were before.
Oh, yeah. Are we far away enough to not see the camp or something?
Probably
You tell
like
me.
a dim light.
Andrea was the one that was running away, so
That's true.
how far away are you?
I mean, I start quickly running in circles because I could run as to kettle very far.
You actually noticed that Estella did not have any difficulty keeping up with you.
How did you run so far? So fast?
I flew.
No, I see you running.
No, I definitely wasn't running.
Okay. I mean, sure. But why? I don't get it. Oh,
It's alright. I learned the thing I needed to know. Thank you very much.
I'm glad that it does help. Yay! Now you do need to help me in turn back.
Yeah, I think it's this way. We can just walk.
Okay.
As we're walking back, I was under the impression that things were going better with the seasons.
Yeah, me too. We have this shared time and all. Why that happened?
Maybe you should ask them.
They could start like mentally start running again
Andrea, make an insight check.
on myself.
Yeah.
Make an introspection check.
Yeah. You, now that the panic is gone and have a little bit of time to think about it, whatever mechanism exists for you hearing the other three inside of your head, when you were running away, they were still there.
I, we have established that we can partially talk in between us.
Yeah.
I think Spring would ask like, where were you guys that thing over there or was something else?
No, everybody is equally confused about what happened.
Mm, yes, Stella. I don't think they were us. I think it was something else.
Okay.
So wait, in other words,
Estella, make an insight check.
Yeah.
we got transported into the dream world and at the same time being teleported to that place around there and I point out.
We didn't
And then
teleport. You ran. And
ah
I flew.
ah so what's the difference between walking here and walking there?
We don't have to walk. I can fly.
So we're gonna make you am I gonna make me fight the other ones just so you can fly?
I don't think you necessarily have to fight them.
Because Summer will total kick my ass.
Hmm. think maybe now that you know what to expect, you can just try a little more mental discipline.
Yeah, I will.
The
I will.
dream is a very strange place, and strange things can happen just by you thinking about it, or by your mind wandering to places that it wants to go on its own. I think you might have a little more trouble with that than most of us, given all of the
Yeah,
seasons you have.
and especially me. I I like to wander off. Like when you were just talking, I was just wondering if I need to worry about seeing my other faces if go to that room expecting next kiss from Stella. That's a weird situation.
Estella makes a mental note to wait until Autumn is in control before trying this again.
Don't worry, noted. I will know what things to expect. Not kisses, but fight with friends.
I feel like Andrea is learning all the wrong lessons here.
Yeah.
Sounds like Andrea.
She has a very happy face of learning stuff.
All right. Anybody else for the evening before we move on? All right. Come dawn, the wagons crow, and everybody's awake. Another D8 from someone, please.
Yar.
Okay. This time the storm returns with a ferocity that means you actually cannot make any progress whatsoever. You lose the entire day because you cannot move. The air intakes on the engines are utterly clogged. Once the storm passes, everybody pitches in to clear them out, and it is another evening. Y'all need to start rolling higher than 4.
I guess morale is not the best this time.
Yeah, there's a definite air of annoyance in the camp. People are maybe getting a little snippy with one another.
What are we transporting? Or they?
A lot of just general stuff. There's non-perishable food, building materials that aren't wood, so like nails and screws, that kind of thing. Clothing, just basically a general goods caravan.
All the stuff a city needs that isn't easily produced in a brand new city.
Mm-hmm. And no like raw goods, because there's not really any much manufacturing to speak of. It's all stuff that has already been processed. Okay. Is she still looking for Kitty?
Yes.
Go ahead and make another perception check, please. Aha. So I rolled a 21 this time. Just as you are about to give up for the evening, you notice creeping incredibly silently underneath the cart that you're leaned up against is a pretty massive jet black panther looking creature. What do you do?
I attempt to coax it over with some food.
Okay. As soon as the creature realizes that you've seen it, it turns around and starts running away. You would estimate it can move at 40 feet.
Same.
Do you chase it?
Yes.
Okay. After a little bit, it realizes that you are not gonna stop and turns around in what you perceive to be an aggressive stance.
Wouldn't a cheese catch to them?
Well, yeah, if you, because it could only go 80, and I assume you're using some rogue bullshit that would let you do at least 120, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you catch up to it pretty quickly. In a round, in fact.
When a biped is faster than a quadruped designs their speed.
But yeah, the creature does not seem happy about being followed, and it looks aggressive.
Um. She would try to calm it down.
Okay.
Emphasis on try.
Yeah, I think we're making an initiative roll at this point. Yeah, go ahead and make an initiative roll. Okay, so you approach it, and I assume are just taking a full action to try to convince it not to attack you.
Yes.
Go ahead and make your either persuasion or intimidation check.
Oh, definitely persuasion.
That's okay, so that's reliable talent.
Actually, specifically, I would be using panache.
What does that do? Okay. Alright, so let me roll the insight.
Well, maybe not. I guess it might be a speed because it might. If it doesn't share a language, then it wouldn't work.
Yeah, let me roll an insight.
Hmm.
Okay. So the creature is still not super thrilled with your presence, but doesn't seem to insist on attacking you. It gives one of those, like, swipes with its paw that is designed to scare and not injure.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Sheath will think he'll keep his distance a little because he wants to give it a little time to. He's not going to approach it carelessly.
Okay. So you just wait and see what it does?
Yeah.
I think the creature tries to start backing away again. As it does so, make an insight check. Jesus Christ. You can tell that two things. There is a strange amount of intelligence behind this creature, and it is unhealthily skinny as it tries to disengage from you again.
She's going to try to offer it some food again.
Okay. You pull, I assume, some meat out of your pack.
Yeah.
Since you can't make less than a 23, and this creature can't make more than a 20 on charisma. Wait, what is insight? Insight's not charisma, it's wisdom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can make a 23. Nope, I rolled a 5 again.
Abel's dice.
Okay. The panther will very gingerly approach you and try to take the meat out of your hand.
She's will let it.
Okay. And doesn't begin eating right there. Turns around and tries to... It's not running flat out, but it's moving quickly away. Do you continue to follow or let it go this time?
She's will try to stealthily follow it.
Ah, okay. Make a stealth check. Okay. The creature moves for a good 10 to 15 minutes, and eventually ducks behind just a small outcropping of rock nearby. You can still hear that the creature is there, but you can't see anymore.
Hmm.
As you pause for a moment, you hear a bit of rustling, and then a sound that sounds remarkably like a flint and steel being struck.
Huh.
What do you do?
Probably observe for a little longer.
Okay. Yeah. The light of a fire begins creeping around the edge of the outcropping of rocks. And after a couple more minutes, you smell meat cooking.
She's going to try to peer around the edge of rocks.
Okay. Are you doing so stealthily?
Yes.
Stealth check. He has a decent perception, but not that good. You see
No one has.
a man sitting by a fire eating a piece of meat. Looks suspiciously like the piece of meat that you gave a panther 10 minutes ago.
Told you it was a druid.
What's he look like? Aside from a man.
He is again very unhealthily skinny. Looks like not in great health. He has dark hair. Make a perception check. You do catch in the glint of the firelight that he does not have human eyes. They are cat-like.
Ooh.
And you catch what you at first, he has a bare torso, but what you at first thought were dark pants, you notice now is black fur covering the lower half of his body.
Ah. Mm. Now I'm torn on what to do.
As you're sitting there observing, he eventually finishes eating and puts the fire out, then snugs back further under the outcropping of rock, and you think he's trying to go to sleep.
Ah. I think Ashish will like wrap up a bit more food and then like hide it nearby and then head back to the others.
Okay. It's a good 10-minute walk, but you make your way back without any trouble. What's the minimum you can roll on survival?
12.
Eh,
I'm not
yeah.
proficient in survival.
Okay. That's still pretty good. So
Actually, I'm not proficient. The minimum is 2.
reliable talent only applies to stuff you have proficiency in.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll survival then. It's like a 12. It's not hard to find your way back. Yeah. So you walk in circles for a second, but you eventually find your way back to camp. Having had a strange encounter with some kind of cat man.
Do
I'm thinking Papa Parapo.
no, it's a scat man.
I mean, his name's John now, so there we go.
I made a musical reference. I'm proud of me.
Yeah, you.
Okay. Do you tell anybody about what you saw?
Mm, only if it comes up.
Okay. I don't think it will, because being as sneaky as you are, nobody saw you leave.
Well, I meant the subject of just the general subject of the cat.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. We will see what happens, I guess. Anybody else have anything to do tonight?
So, when we were in the dream that Victathana made,
Mm-hmm.
it was not quite so malleable. Like, Andrea's other personalities didn't just pop out of nowhere, and I couldn't make myself fly around.
You will recall, I believe it was Kat, who began towards the end of your time there casting spells that she had no business casting.
Right.
Once you had kind of figured out what was going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna take the night to try and brainstorm ways that I could aid Andrea, or anybody else for that matter, in keeping their environment somewhat stable. Because if we have to go into the dream while spring or winter are in the driver's seat, I don't want it. Like, I'd like to have some recourse for dealing with that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take the night to brainstorm.
What kind of role do you think this is? Actually, answer me this question. Are you spending your time thinking about things that could be done, or are you more examining the reasons for what happened previously?
Examining the reasons for what happened previously, and from our previous experience actually being physically in the dream.
Okay.
And just trying to trying to figure out how this works.
In that case, just make a wisdom check with proficiency.
So +5, 19.
Okay. Yeah, you rotate options around in your head, and eventually come to the conclusion that this is a case of basically stray thoughts causing a much more potent effect. So before, if you didn't concentrate and you had a stray thought, maybe suddenly your clothes were missing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This was a larger effect than that, similar to how it was slightly more difficult to do things that you were accustomed to doing.
Mm.
So the immediate and obvious recourse here is just practice. You have noticed that as you spend more time in the dream, you have an easier time doing things that you've done before, and
Mhm.
an easier time keeping your stray thoughts under control. So that same amount of practice applied to everybody else will probably produce similar results. You might just have to get in a fight or two the first couple times you use this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tomorrow night, Fight Club.
All right. Anybody else for the evening? And the dawn of the third day. Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break here.
More
Hey.
tea.
Sounds good.
Wow.
Oh,
Is that not the prettiest cat you've ever seen?
No, I've seen cuter. It was my cat.
Hmm.
My cat is always best cat. That is a very good cat, though.
It's a very good cat, yes. I do have a Sansa sleeping right beside me though, so tough luck.
I'm sure Kawasta will be wrong and say that Sansa is best cat.
But she is. Oh my god, she's so cute.
I think really real cats are best cats. Because that's AI generated. It's still cute though.
Mhm.
It is?
Yeah.
I'm going to get a cat and take it up to a mountain and take that picture and be like, not AI generated.
It would probably not be that well behaved in the snow.
There's some cats that like snow, but probably not. Well, that cat actually has a lot of fur on it.
Because I named her, she gave me these pose.
No.
Aww.
That's a cat that's very happy and content.
Yeah.
And shedding like fuck.
Like ass, yeah, that's a t-shirt that I gifted to her. Like, you can have this. And she loves her t-shirt.
Did you gift it to her, or did she just lay on it one time and then you decided it's hers now?
No, I gifted her.
My cat got my Doctor Who blanket.
Okay, gonna go to the break.
I actually need to be right back myself.
Okay, I'm back with tea and chocolate.
Tea and chocolate.
A fine combination.
The best combination.
I mean, if you got rid of the tea, I'd agree with you.
How dare.
Heresy.
Although I guess I could replace it with the good host iced tea, and then I wouldn't disagree.
Pruitt loses 10 maximum hit points.
I actually haven't bought good host in like 5 or 8 years. I should.
But what?
Good host iced tea crystals.
I drank a lot of that as a child.
Yep, it was a classic.
This is why Jamie's addicted to tea?
Maybe.
But it tastes
Probably the
absolutely
caffeine.
nothing like tea, so...
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, well, the coffee I was given as a kid was mostly with milk, so, you know, it's a gateway drug.
Ooh.
Meow?
Not a cat, but I'll put it in the cat channel anyway.
That's not a cat, that's an absolute opposite of cat.
Bloody majestic, though.
Not a cat, but I'm putting it on chat anyway.
Alright, is everybody back?
I have not heard Cathanid.
Okay.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I think that may
Is
call back.
that everybody? Meow. She never left.
These two.
Okay. So, on the dawn of the third day, please, for the love of God, somebody roll anything other than a 4.
I will roll a 3.5.
I'm.
Nope.
Close.
All right.
That built me a 3 and a 4.
So, as the caravan begins moving for the day, there is a bit of commotion from the head wagon as they have to abruptly swerve to not run into a rock that is suddenly protruding from the ground.
How fast are these cars moving?
Faster than we can walk, but
We established it the other week, but I think it was like 20 or so K, because I was like, oh, so
Yeah.
like ox wagons, so like 4K an hour tops. And he was like, oh god, no, way faster.
it's not like as fast as a car, but we'll say like probably 20 miles an hour max, which is 32 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
So it's a decent clip.
School zone traveling speed. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got several horsepower.
Except instead of children today, it's rocks, as the ground is sprouting up rocks everywhere, and the speed of the caravan has to slow to about half of normal in order to not explode. And you lose another half day of travel.
So we now have 4 days instead of 3.
You have traveled two full days worth of travel.
Yeah, but it was originally a 3-day trip. You said. So now it's a 4-day trip? Is that math
I
adding
don't
right?
recall saying 3 days. I said 7
No, we had-
in
Yeah,
my
we had
notes.
3 days to wait.
Oh, 3 days to wait. I'm sorry. My brain is...
That's all right. So yeah, you still have 5 to go. Luckily, you have rolled all of the options that will slow you down on the table. So, you know.
More rolls is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I Nothing. I was gonna make a bad joke.
Okay. All right. So the caravan breaks again for the evening. Anything anybody would like to do?
Yep. I'm gonna gather everybody together.
Oh.
By everybody, I mean the party of 6.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Oh.
some people that were like part of the caravan crew were like, oh boy, we get to. Oh no.
No, not you. So, I have been experimenting with one of my spells, and I think I have discovered a way for us to get places a little faster in the future. However, it is going to require some practice from everybody. And the first few times we do this might be a little sketchy.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember, everybody except Liz because she was not there, do you remember the little trial palace that Victathana made?
Vividly.
He? I forgot.
Although I don't
He.
think you know.
Okay. Victathana
Okay.
physically transported us into the dream plane.
Liz is taking notes.
I
And it's
can
like
now do that. However, through my limited experimentation, the potential negative effects of doing that are a little stronger than they would be with just a normal dream spell, as Andrea can attest to.
I can confirm that you will fight your other selves on the other side.
We don't have other selves.
So you have nothing to worry about.
This will be very enlightening for all of you.
So I would like to take us into the dream plane for an hour or two each night for a while. Each night that I have the spell available, so that people can get used to it. We work out any of the kinks, so that when we need to do a big move again, we can do so problem-free. I don't know if I should bring everybody in at the same time or do it in groups.
I would suggest for your own sanity and cat wrangling that you do it in small groups, considering you'd be dealing with 5 other people whose minds are all over the place. Respectfully.
I don't disagree with the mind and gymnastic, but if anything happens, maybe it's better that we all stick together. We have more force power together, and if this is a transporting method, we could be separated if only some of them go in.
We could be separated even if we all go in together. One person could just think, oh, I would really like to be at home right now, and just pop home and leave the rest of us in the dust.
Dumb question. If you're physically tethered to the other person, will that still happen?
I have no idea.
Maybe that's something to test. Because if it's not a rope, if it's a rope made of real material as opposed to dream stuff, maybe it would prevent me from ending up in Blackcaster. Or it would take both of us to Blackcaster, which would still solve the issue because you could just get us back or wake us up. Granted, from what you're describing, it means we'd have to take a ship back from Blackcaster, but still. Better than ending up on the moon.
Hey, now.
Do we actually know about the moon thing?
Yes, she told us.
I at least told Corwin. I don't know how many other people I told. As long as I'm there, I should be able to at least fly us through the space. So I'm more worried about people getting separated from me than I am about us just moving somewhere random.
Well, if that's the case, that reinforces my thought of maybe taking 1 or 2 people, because it's going to be easier to deal with 1 or 2 people being separated than it is 5.
Okay. Corwin makes a fair point. Anybody else have anything they want to add?
Liz looks like she wants to say something, but goes quiet.
A round of eyebrow raises at Liz.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've covered the major points that I can be concerned about.
I still think it would be better to everyone be together, but I can't oblige.
It's about controlling. This is an experiment. It's about controlling the variables. And 5 of us are a lot of variables to control. Plus, Estella maintaining her own concentration. That's a lot of mental energy to put on one person.
Estella's just nodding along. Have I brought Liz into the dream yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Well,
I don't think you can. I don't know how the level 7 spell works, but the other one, she can't be put asleep.
Neither can Andrea, and I brought her.
Yeah, it's more of a trance than a sleep if it's cast on somebody while they're awake.
Okay.
Andrea will say something like, "Yeah, I'm not used to it. It's deeply unpleasant."
That was the other reason I wanted to. I picked Andrea for my guinea pig.
Yeah, to address those mechanical things, the spell can be cast with somebody who doesn't sleep as a primary target, but it can't be cast on somebody that doesn't sleep as a secondary target. So, like, if Zoe cast a spell on Rizwin to dream with whoever, if that other person couldn't be sleeping, they would not be a valid target. But somebody who is like Andrea could be the first person.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, Estella, who do you want to take with you tonight?
Definitely you, points to Corwin. And Liz, would you like to give it a shot?
Liz's nervousness looks worse, and she asks to speak to you alone.
Okay.
I don't know what will there's things in my past that I don't want brought up, and I don't know if everybody's gonna see those things. Can we just do it, you and me, one night?
Sure. How about tomorrow night? Just you and me.
Liz gives a little nod and seems a little more relaxed.
The way the plane of dreams works, it's maybe not quite what you're imagining. The world is it remembers the way it was before. If I have a particular outfit that I wear every day, then it is this outfit that I'm going to appear in the dream. If I change clothes every day, then what appears on my body is a bit fuzzy. It's remembering a lot of different things.
I have a proposal.
You're not there.
Oh, I
We're
thought we
not
were still
all together
talking in the group. Of
No,
Yeah,
I
they went off to the side.
Okay, I didn't notice when that happened.
the thing that happened with Andrea is not something I have seen before, but it's not as though bad experiences from your past are going to just randomly pop into existence. That's not quite how it works.
The me I was when I was younger is not the me I want to be. It is not the true me.
Well, with some focus and yes, some practice, you can appear however you want. You can transform the realm of the dream to the way you wish it to be.
She gave a little nod, but still seems a little worried.
We'll deal with it tomorrow night. Okay?
Okay.
I will bring the two of us back to the group. Okay, so Corwin and
I have
one
a
of you.
proposal.
Sure.
I have the spell that helps sharpen our natural abilities. If I am the third person, I can enhance our self-awareness, wisdom, and see if that helps gird us against the effects of the dream walk.
Great. Victim number 3. So tonight, Corwin, Liker, and I will go into the dream and do some experiments.
Lycra will cast enhanced ability, Owl's wisdom, so that way we all have wisdom bonus, wisdom advantage.
And that lasts for an hour?
An hour with concentration, multiple targets are an upcast.
So you're casting at
4th level to hit
Fourth level.
3. Later, when I try to do it on the entire party, that'll be like 6th or 7th level.
Am I the only one that... I guess this isn't concentration.
Enhanced ability is concentration.
No, I mean the dream spell, sorry, isn't concentration.
Nope, because Zoe fucked off and did other things. Well, people were having dreams.
Yeah, this is... It's technically... I don't really know how it works. The duration of the spell is 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's not concentration, but you can end it. Yeah.
You got a trigger in the back of your mind that's like, hey, I'm here. I'm here. You can end me whenever you want.
Right.
Okay.
You don't know what would happen if you were to end it with you in one place and somebody else in another place.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna go there tonight. Do I have a good sense of the passage of time in there?
That might be something that you should experiment with.
Okay. Well then, let's get dreaming.
So before the dream spell starts, let me just push the button.
Is David low again?
No, I was just looking away from my mic.
Oh.
Yep.
So I am casting it with Owl's Wisdom, giving advantage on wisdom checks. Some of them have a secondary effect, so I'm like, is there a secondary effect? No, okay, there isn't a secondary effect. Oh well. So yes, upcast it at 4th level to hit all 3 of us. Yeah, advantage on wisdom checks
So you need to make a roll.
when we need to make rolls.
No, you need to make a roll for casting a 4th level spell.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it is an
Good call.
upcast, so yeah, I think it still works that way, right, Nibbles?
Yep.
I forgot the previous dream.
Oh yeah, all of the dreams that I've been doing, I've forgotten.
Yeah, well. We will say that nothing happened on those.
Okay.
Which you might notice or you might not. I don't know. Okay, also roll 1d6, please.
Who? David? Jamie?
Yeah. Okay. That will not have any effect here. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna cast my spell.
Go ahead and... Alright.
Do I regain all of my sorcery points?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
And you, again, go through the casting of the spell. And it's kind of anticlimactic for the other two. Nothing really changes.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like wisdom checks from everybody.
But we see them disappear?
Yes. Anybody that is watching, they sort of... it's similar to like a Star Trek transporter, but there's no sparklies. They just sort of fade out of existence.
Classic me and wisdom checks. Next character is just going to be a wisdom-based class, just so I can roll high once.
I mean, technically I'm a wisdom-based class, and I only got +4 because of the bard bonus.
All right. So you all have a look around. What do you do?
Are you still concentrating, Lycra?
For now, Lycra's concentrating, yep.
Okay.
So for now, you don't see anything weird happening to Lycra.
Can I use my... This might be a bad idea. Can I use my detect magic sight to see if I can see Lycra still holding on to the spell?
Okay.
It's an active spell.
Do I blind myself?
No. Yeah, you do see whatever you would expect to see from somebody concentrating on a spell.
Mm-hmm.
You also see what I can only describe as a magical box surrounding Corwin.
I give Corwin a side eye.
What?
You're in a box.
Huh?
There's like a box around you. It's not Lycra's spell, is it?
No, you do not see a similar thing appearing around yourself or Lycra.
What kind of magic is it?
Oh, hold on.
So I guess...
The tough questions.
Yeah.
Invocation.
Well, I guess for you guys, like for Ashish, Liz, and Andrea, we're like, huh, okay, they're gone now. And we just start doing our business, like waiting. And you can see us, like we just, it's a one-side thing.
No, they're just in the middle of the desert. Nothing is around them. No people, no carts, no nothing.
Yep.
Sorry, I should have specified that.
People move around too much, and also are alive. It makes things hard to...
Yeah, not very permanent.
Yeah. It's not like... Wait, is the dog here?
That's up to Garwin / Cathanid.
Dog is here.
Dog is here.
Is the box the same kind of magic as the dog?
No. Is
Hmm.
the dog evocation magic?
If anything, the dog would be necromantic, I think.
Yeah. You're right.
I want to go poke it.
It is solid to the touch, and that's it.
So it's just like an invisible box.
I push out against it.
You see Corwin place 2 hands on an invisible wall in front of him. Have any of you watched Akira before?
Yep.
No.
Oh no.
There's a
Very
very
smidge.
there's a specific sound in the hospital scene when the teddy bears are walking around.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
The like "Meow, meow, meow,
No.
I don't remember that scene.
It freaked me out as a teenager.
Yeah, it's a very freaky sound. And walking up from the side, you see 6 vaguely humanoid shapes in bright clothing, painted faces. Actually, no, I guess it would be black and white clothing, wouldn't it? White painted faces, little black teardrops, suspenders.
Oh no.
I turned to Corwin. What did you do?
Corwin is under the frightened condition at this point.
Carwin's just shaking.
And I like make just a wave in the sand to push these things back.
Sure. What?
Like a tidal wave spell, but sand.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Is Tidal Wave an actual spell?
Yeah.
Or the earthquake spell.
I want to push them away.
While that's going on, I think Lycra just quietly walks over, takes Corwin's free hand if she can.
You cannot.
He's in the box.
It's
a wall of
okay. So
force
it's
in between.
actually a wall, not just a picture. Okay.
Okay, make a spellcasting check. You're aiming for 11. Tidal Wave is a 3rd level spell.
Sorry, is it actual spellcasting check or wisdom plus proficiency?
Yeah, wisdom, like whatever your... Is Warlock wisdom?
No,
it's
Warlock's
charisma.
charisma.
Yeah, charisma plus proficiency.
Can I just click my...
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're right. It is wisdom. I'm wrong.
Wisdom plus proficiency.
Yeah. Okay. May roll 48, please.
Mm.
Sorry, hold on a second. Gotta pull this up. +4. What's your spell DC?
19.
Okay. So all of them disappear into a puff of black smoke, and the box surrounding Corwin disappears.
Am I still terrified?
No.
Despite that, Lycra will still do what she was gonna try to do anyways, and that's remembering what her cousin showed her when they were in the dreams earlier. She tries to cast the heroism spell on Corwin.
Okay.
Why did it have to be mimes?
Oh, that's not wisdom. It's charisma, or no, it is wisdom, right? Because it's
Yeah, it's always wisdom in here.
so plus proficiency would make it 20.
I think
Okay.
Corwin looked around accusatory at both of them. It's like, who was thinking about mimes?
I think you noticed Lycra has a tail. Like not an actual tail, just the ghostly outline of one.
I'm already starting to regret this.
It's about focus.
The mimes were not me. I don't
know.
think they were Lycra either. Can I do an insight check to see if I think that was one of us, or if that was mysterious demon angel lady, or somebody else, I should say.
Okay. Yeah. Insight. I can't think of anything better than insight, so sure.
I still have advantage?
Is insight wisdom based?
Yes.
Then yes. Okay. So the swirly smoke that disappeared actually does very strongly remind you of the creatures that she was using to attack with.
Mm-hmm.
You also notice that they were pretty fixated only on Corwin. And seemed to affect him in a way that nobody else was affected.
Mm.
I think with that insight, you could probably also gather that Corwin has a fear of mimes.
I pat Corwin on the shoulder. I think you're going to need some therapy. I know a guy.
Yeah. I've gone through some shit. I was 7. Listen, it was traumatizing.
But you have also learned that you can physically attack these things.
Mm-hmm. So
stray thoughts are our biggest problem in here?
Was I thinking about mimes nibbles that I could think of? Or did something pull it from my brain?
Make an insight check on yourself.
Oh, Corwin.
That's not Corwin, that's me. That's me and bad wisdom rolls.
I'm tempted to make more mimes appear, but I don't think I will. You're not sure.
Huh. Okay, well, that's something to be mindful of.
It's something to be mindful of.
I was gonna make the same horrible joke. I'm sorry.
No. Anyway.
Cathana takes 1d6 psychic damage.
1. I took 1. I just groan.
I make a rope appear.
Yeah, there's a rope.
Do we want to use that rope, or do you want to use one from our packs?
It's all the same.
Is it? Think about what I was saying earlier. That's made a dream.
Yeah, but you can change yourself in the dream and it doesn't stick. I've tried.
True.
I think
Here,
Lycra's tail disappears.
Oh, I don't even think Estella notices.
Yeah, I don't think either of us noticed.
You're all facing each other, so
We're neither Estella or Corwin are that perceptive about things like that. They very much seem to be in their own head about things.
I tell Corwin, give me the rope from your pack, and I hold the rope that I created in one hand and the rope from Corwin's pack in another, and I cast one of my fire. Oh, I have control flames. I don't have a fire cantrip. I cast a fire cantrip, whatever Corwin's fire cantrip is that I've seen him use a bunch.
Firebolt?
Yeah, firebolt.
okay.
Just on the ropes. I want to see if they both go up in black smoke like the little shits did.
I see. No, they do not. They both start to burn.
Okay. My rope.
They look. It's fine. It'll be there when we get out. But see, look, they're doing the same thing. They're the same. I make another rope.
Dude,
Could
there
it-
are now 3 ropes. 2 of them are slightly singed.
Could it be the fact that it's not a animate object?
Maybe. There's a lot about this place I still don't know.
Well, let's try a quick experiment. Think of what's a living thing that's inconsequential.
I think of a mole.
Yeah, I was saying like a vole or a rat or something.
Okay. Squeak, 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 squeak.
Whoosh. Black smoke or crispy critter?
Crispy critter.
Okay, well, that answers that.
That disappears as soon as you stop thinking about it.
Hmm. Maybe it's the only the unconscious things.
Lycra. Oh, damn it. I can't maintain. Damn. Let me check. Is true seeing concentration?
Probably.
It is
No.
not concentration. Lycra takes out her eye lotion.
Okay.
Pardon me.
This is a big one. This is a level 6.
Mm-hmm. No. Do not roll a D100.
Oh.
We ain't on the prime material plane.
Mm-hmm.
So an action later, Lycra now has true sight for 120 feet.
Okay. You see things as they actually are. You notice secret hidden doors by magic, and that's it.
But nothing changes in the dream?
No, everything still looks the same.
Estella, try to imagine something.
Imagine a tea set.
Okay. A tea set appears.
Does Lycra see the tea set?
Yes.
All right. So if the magic's working correctly, that exists as far as I can tell.
Yeah, we've established that as a precedent for this realm, yeah.
Yeah, it's just great to have it reinforced.
Okay, well, we only have a limited amount of time, so we should probably get to
Yeah.
the task at hand.
I'm going to get them to tie the rope to themselves and then tie it to me, and I'm going to try and teleport myself without teleporting them and see what happens.
Try a short distance, like
Yeah, like
Two.
60 feet.
Okay. Are you thinking of a specific spell, or are you just thinking about appearing there after here?
Appearing there.
Jesus. Okay.
I mean, actually, Estella would probably be thinking about Dimension Door because she can do that, or she has been able to do that.
Okay.
That was going to be
Yeah,
my
it's fine.
suggestion.
Dimension Door. So,
That makes it easier.
yeah, naturally, she's going to think about the thing that she already knows how to do.
So, the thing that would happen happens. How would this work in the real world? You can bring along objects. You can also bring one willing creature. The creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast the spell.
So I'm guessing the rope just breaks.
I'm gonna guess that because the rope is attached to other people, you just disappear out of the rope and it falls to the ground and you appear over there.
Okay.
And this lines up with what you would expect to happen if you did the same thing on the prime material.
I walk back, tie the rope around my waist, and I say, "One of you two try it."
All right.
I imagine myself 40 feet that way.
Lycra simultaneously casts Dimension Door 500 feet in the opposite direction.
You
Okay.
did not give us specific instructions.
That both of those things happen.
And the
And
rope just falls.
Yeah, the rope just falls.
Okay, so tethering ourselves is not great. I'm going to suggest maybe that we don't try teleporting because gods know where any of us are going to end up.
Yeah. No teleporting.
I'm going to try something.
Okay.
I'm going to imagine a horse.
Make a wisdom check. I assume you still have advantage.
As long as...
I'm still concentrating.
Does Lycra have to be in a specific range, though? She's
Yeah,
like 5 feet away.
How does that work?
Once the spell is on someone, it's on someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says
concentration doesn't
bestow
ever range.
an enchantment.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. A horse appears.
I get on the horse and ride around. Yeehaw!
I would say you weren't consciously thinking about it, but there is a saddle. You conjured the horse with the intention to ride it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so we can create riding animals. Estella, imagine a riding griffin.
Do I know what a griffin looks like?
I'm sure you've seen them in books.
I imagine a griffin, but one that I would have seen in a book. So it probably looks really over the top.
Do you think that is within Estella's ability to just do?
No, because I have not spent a lot of time just conjuring living things.
Okay, make a wisdom check.
You're gonna end up with some sort of monstrosity, aren't we?
No. I think what happens is you were concentrating too literally, so a 6-inch tall 2D griffin appears and then just falls over like a piece of paper.
Okay, maybe we stick to things you've actually seen.
I think that might be a good idea.
Well, the good news is, since these aren't real, we can just ride them until they're exhausted and then create new ones.
I don't think they'll get exhausted.
Unless we picture them being possible to be exhausted. Lycra's tail reappears and starts wagging slowly.
Lycra, you have a tail. Focus.
Sorry.
For like 3 seconds, the horse is breathing incredibly heavily and then returns to normal.
I wonder if that works on us. I feel full.
You sure do.
I feel full.
You start to feel a little sick.
I stop feeling full.
Make a wisdom check.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you stop feeling full.
So this is a conceptuality situation. The thing we conceive is the thing it becomes, and the more detail we put into our concept of the thing, oh god, this is the cave, isn't it?
Yeah, Corwin, you notice that the second time you said you felt full, you started feeling more full. That's when you started feeling sick. So, like, you were comfortable, and then...
And then I was Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Corwin, you're an academic. You know about the cave concept?
I get what you're saying, but yes, our perception of what is real becomes real here.
So how do we deal with that with the others?
You get them to focus.
I'm having problems keeping my tail away.
Well, then stop thinking about your boyfriend.
Still eyebrow waggles.
In all of these conversations, it has become apparent that with more practice, it has become easier for Estella. So you feel that becoming acclimatized to this place will help.
I figure barring external circumstances, a group of us come in here every night and practice for a couple hours
Yeah.
until it becomes muscle memory. And I think we limit ourselves to not stuff that's so esoteric. So imagining a horse, that's feasible. We've all seen a horse. We've all ridden a horse. Don't imagine yourself satiated with food. He's avoiding terms that would trigger that condition. Imagine an apple and he imagines an apple and eats it.
Don't imagine yourself on the moon.
Make
Which
a
one
wisdom
is-
check.
Oh no!
Corwin,
No. It's just Estella because she's the one that said it.
no, Corwin was thinking about the moon at the same time.
Okay.
No, he would be easily influenced by that fact because it's a thing he jibes her about.
That's true.
Instead of teleporting, the landscape around Estella's feet changes slightly, and for a second you are unable to breathe.
Could have been worse. One of your pants could have fallen down.
I just think, go back.
Yeah.
Undo.
It undoes.
Control Z, Control Z, Control Z.
It seems I could use some more practice myself.
I think we all could. But I think,
But it seems like my magic is helping.
Yes.
yeah. I think any spells we do, barring emergencies, we cast outside of the dream.
Now, Lycra, can you end your concentration on that spell and try to reapply it while we're in here?
All right.
I feel like the answer is going to be no, but
Lycra releases concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Lycra attempts to recast it on the three of us.
Do you have the spell slot to do that?
I have plenty of 4th, 5th, 6th, and even a single 7th.
Okay. Does casting it consume a spell slot?
I think
Or do you
because
imagine
she's
it casting it?
focusing so hard on not having a tail, it does take a cell spot.
Okay. All that happens.
Don't have a
Well,
tail. I
that's
don't have a
handy.
tail. I don't have a tail.
Okay. I want you to end the spell again.
Oh God. Okay.
Estella,
Uh-huh.
imagine me as incredibly wise. I know it's a stretch.
Lycra starts
Jesus.
picturing him with a big beard, like waist length beard.
That's fine. That's fine. I just want to know if
Okay.
it works.
Yeah, because you're both picturing that, there's not even a roll. Corwin has like a big old fuck off Play-Doh beard.
Strokes his beard. Do I feel wiser? Do I feel more philosophical?
Um,
Do you feel older? Because I think that's how both
Yes.
Lycra and I heard.
That's okay. He can be older. He's not gonna.
Like human equivalent 80s.
well, okay, let me answer your question by asking you a question. Does the fact that a beard has appeared on Corwin's face make him believe that Estella and Lycra are concentrating on him being wiser?
Yes, because it's something. It is a physical manifestation of their willpower.
Okay, you temporarily have a wisdom score of 20.
Oh my god.
I understand.
Wouldn't
You
be
You
with
understand why
that.
it shouldn't have worked, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you understand why it worked, so it continues working.
Fascinating.
It works.
Continues to stroke beard. Yes. I understand everything now.
Wow.
It's just a 20. Calm down.
Picture that picture of Skylar seeing all the numbers from Breaking Bad.
And he does, I guess, just to hammer it home for them, he does something that Corwin would not have the wisdom to do normally, if that makes sense. I don't know what that would be. He creates a small castle.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I mean, that's still going to require a roll.
That's fine. I haven't edited my score, so I'm just going to roll it manually.
Yeah. I think you don't have advantage right now.
This is correct. I was told to drop it the second time.
Okay. So,
Wisdom, not spelling.
yeah, it's intelligence.
Yep.
It's not a great castle.
It's a sand castle. It is made of sandstone. It is not.
Yeah, it appears briefly, but you can't hold on to it for more than like a round.
But it is a grand castle for all of 6 seconds.
Yeah.
For reference, fire has a wisdom of 20.
Yeah. Well,
So has this become self-perpetuating now, Nibbles, that he has that wisdom of 20, so he's now confident he can maintain it?
For now.
For now. Until someone exerts a counter influence, maybe?
or you forget,
Or I forget.
Mhm.
or you get scared.
Yeah.
Or you leave and come back.
Yeah.
What's Estella's lowest stat, Jamie?
Strength. I'm a 9.
I imagine Estella as incredibly strong and buff.
Make a wisdom check.
We're making fanfic now.
I'm just testing.
Stella also make a wisdom check.
I don't know what he's doing though.
Correct. Okay. Jesus Christ, you guys. Estella temporarily has a strength of 15.
I just poke her biceps.
Whoa, where did those come from?
You're welcome.
I think as soon as you notice them, because you weren't expecting them, your residual self-image takes over and they disappear.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah.
I have to work on that.
Yeah. That's useful, though.
Yeah. I think probably for the next few hours, the three of us just spend some time practicing this stuff that we have discovered.
Okay.
Just to move things along a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
So I think we're practicing on bolstering our self-image.
Yeah.
And conjuring modes of transportation, etc. What would be faster, Nibbles? A riding horse or one of the steam engines? And what would be we can just through experimentation? What would be easier to make as well?
I would point out to Corwin that it's easier to just make yourself fly.
Yeah, I'm also wondering just.
Yeah, for that experimentation, go ahead and make me another wisdom check. Anybody that wants to, any of the three of you that want to experiment on that can do this wisdom check.
Is dragon?
Yes, actually, Lycra is able to appear as a silver dragon. Corwin, you realize that you can just not stand on the ground and move as fast as you want to.
So I become the Flash.
And Estella doesn't gain any new information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if you concentrate on moving faster, you continue to move faster.
That's good, because I'd be more concerned about falling from the sky.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Lycra goes for a fly.
Whee! All right. Any other specific stuff you want to investigate before you end the spell?
I want to practice a couple of bigger attack and defense spells. Just given the information that I got from Liz, and that it's going to be just me and her tomorrow night, I need
Okay.
to be prepared to deal with whatever this black smoke creature stuff that's going on. I'm kind of expecting something like that to happen with her.
Hey, Stella.
Yeah?
In that vein, as I see you starting to
I'm practicing disintegrate first.
practice imagining the person not being able to cast spells. That their spells just fail. As a defense.
I'll work on it. We can come back to that one.
Yeah, I would say you put some time into it. You have seen Corwin cast a spell.
Yeah.
So you can... I think I'll probably still make you roll for it, but it'll be a lower DC.
Okay, that's fine.
That's just something I think you, as the expert of this realm, should maybe know how to do.
Yeah, I'm more. It's just Jamie wanting to move things along as opposed
Yeah.
to.
I wanted to put that into your brain.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
As a thought.
Thank you.
Considering this is a very esoteric realm.
Yeah.
And Nibbles also knows what I'm doing with that.
I say nothing.
Given the reference material for this realm.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? One thing of note, Corwin.
Yep.
When you exit the realm, your rope is still singed.
I hold that up to Stella. We gotta be careful in there.
Damn.
Lycra checks her tail.
No tail.
Out.
I guess.
You die in the dream, you die in real life?
Yeah, that does make sense.
We're not.
Stella recalls taking damage in the dream before that was still there when she woke up.
Yeah, okay. I guess we gotta be a little more careful.
On the plus side, you can just imagine yourself healed. Which is kind of wild when you think about it.
Maybe nothing else seems to stick. One more thing on the pile for.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Experiments.
When you're in there tomorrow, just nick yourself with a knife or something and imagine the wound closing. Like nothing major, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else for the evening from any of the other three?
We just had a normal evening and now we're asleep at this hour, I think.
Yeah, how long were you in the dream?
Well, we don't sleep.
Like
3
2 hours?
hours? 2 or 3
I would
hours?
say max 4.
Okay.
Depending how carried away we got.
Actually, Lisa and Andrea don't sleep. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Anybody that's paying attention, it's about the same amount of time. It's difficult to say exactly without a watch, but you feel like it's pretty close to the same amount of time.
Did you kids have fun?
Oh, we've discovered some stuff.
Oh, do you think we were in there long enough for Lycra to try to do a crafting in there?
Oh, Jesus. I mean, you definitely were.
Because that would mean I hit 25.
Jamie, what do you think? I lean towards enchanting in the dream doesn't work.
I think just for simplicity's sake. If things from the real world can be affected in the dream, and you can use spell slots in the I think a spell slot has to be used.
Correct.
And I think materials from outside have to be used.
Just
So I guess I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't know how to communicate this in game, but basically, my GM brain does not wants to say that you can only use spells that you can actually use. Like, you can't go in there as a level 2 person and make enough wisdom checks and start enchanting something with wish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's more of a game mechanic thing, but sure, we'll say that you can have one more. But don't abuse it.
Yeah. I'm on 25. How close do I feel?
You can always just make it a very hard DC as well.
Yeah. You more than 2/3. I guess 3/4 would be accurate.
It's all good.
I will say for Ashish, no perception roll tonight is needed. The cat does not appear. Does Ashish sleep?
I mean, probably.
Okay, I couldn't remember if
I
Yanti
don't.
had a thing.
I don't think UNT have anything special about sleep.
Okay.
Well, he parts snakes so they sleep with their eyes open.
Oh no.
Anything else from anybody?
Nope.
Okay. In the middle of the night, you are all awoken by a commotion. A man screams, or sorry, no, a man shouts, hey, put that down, or something like that. There is an
Right?
angry cat sound, and then a man screams. What do you do?
I assume the people who don't sleep are on watch.
Yeah, 2 people can be awake if you want.
Liz will run over and check to see what the fuck is going on.
Okay, there is a man sitting on the ground, one of the other caravan guards that aren't you, and he is clutching his arm, which appears to be bleeding profusely.
What happened?
A gigantic fucking cat bit me. And he holds his arm up with all the blood pouring out of it.
Let me check my spells.
Was the she still woken to this?
Yeah, I think there was enough commotion that anybody was asleep would have noticed.
Do you guys need me?
She goes looking for cat.
Okay, make a tracking check. I guess that's perception.
Survival?
Yeah, whichever one you want, survival or perception.
I mean, I'd prefer perception.
Liz casts healing word on this person.
Okay, let me check a thing.
It's a level 1 spell.
Okay, the wound looks better, but not completely.
Is it still bleeding?
Yes, slightly.
She'll do it again then.
Okay.
It can't be less than 6.
Yeah,
Does this
that's
fully heal?
That's fine. He is fully healed.
Need for stats.
He'll look up at you and rub the wound, which is healed but is a scar. And he'll say, "Oh, thank you."
Detect magic on him.
Okay. Put that in there, please. Just put down 7 again, Quasim. Okay, there is a slight aura of necromancy about him.
Wait, is healing necromancer in this world or not?
Healing magic is considered necromancy, yes?
That is true. It's not your necromancy, though. Make an Arcana check.
I have some assumptions at the moment. Arcana, you said?
Yeah, this guy's cursed. He is under the effects of a curse.
I got bad news for you.
He is no longer under the effects of a curse.
Oh dear.
Do you have bad news for me?
Nope. Let me know if you cast a spell that causes damage in the next minute.
Liz takes off after as she's...
Okay. Yeah, let's get that perception check.
I already rolled it
Oh, did you?
before the healing word.
25. Okay. Let me make a roll. Okay. You are able to pick up the trail and follow a ways away from the camp. I don't think you've caught up yet, but you do hear at least one, possibly more of your companions following you. Is anybody besides Liz following him?
I mean, if we notice people running off, I think.
Yeah.
And Liz muttered something about a curse.
Yeah.
I think we're probably a little ways behind, but
Probably
I guess
because she
Andrea-
just took off immediately.
yeah.
I guess Andrea ponders for a second, and Stella gives her a look and is like, "Okay, I'm going."
Okay. Yeah. So you hear everybody following a distance behind you. Do you keep going or do you wait for them?
He's gonna keep going because he doesn't want to lose the track.
Okay. Is anybody as fast or faster than Ashish?
Only Andrea.
Yeah. I am faster.
So Andrea will catch up, and the rest of you will lag behind.
Yeah.
Let me get a... Well, Ashish is not, I assume, not trying to hide from the rest of the group, but maybe from who he's going towards? Or is he just straight up running?
He might actually be trying to hide from the group while trying to track.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want to alarm the other, or he doesn't want to alarm the cat, and if he's followed by them, that would probably alarm the cat.
Gotcha.
If Ashish tries to hide, I don't see a way of Andrea finding him.
Yeah, probably not.
Lycra has true sight.
It's true.
Doesn't mean that I can see a person that's hiding, just means that I can see things that are trying to be hidden.
That's another thing. What's the lowest you can roll on stealth?
25.
Jesus Christ.
I could a low roll for you and a high roll for me could mean that I find you.
Okay. Yeah, let's see the rolls. Anybody that could theoretically beat a 25. We'll just get perception from everybody. And if you're not following Ashish, you're following the trail. Which is a
Nope, I'm getting lost.
17. Okay. So Corwin doesn't have advantage.
No.
So that's a 24.
Yeah.
So as a group, you all are still able to follow the trail, but you have lost sight of Ashish.
Would it be fair to say Ashish is leaving like trail signs for us to follow, like a scuff in the sand or something like that?
I don't think so. You're following the trail of the panther.
Yeah, she
beastie.
doesn't want us to follow.
Okay, so Ashish, you eventually catch up with Mr. Kitty, who is still moving. You are able to catch up with him, and you estimate that you have maybe a minute before everybody else appears. What do you do?
Is the kitty still on the move, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Has not noticed you yet.
She would try to get his attention in a non-threatening way.
Okay. I think basically you just stop being sneaky.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Similar to before, noticing that he can't get away from you with speed, he'll turn around and try to intimidate you. So, the paw swipe in the air and fluffing himself up and growling.
She's gonna try to get across that he means no harm and he just wants to talk. Like, words. Not good with words here.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, make a persuasion check. Okay. He will transform, but back up further. He's not running, but he's trying to keep distance between you.
Yeah.
And just regards you as if to say, what?
Trying to figure out what exactly she would do here. Um, my brain's blanking so hard on this.
Are you are you trying to communicate with him to like ask what's going on, or are you trying to offer him something?
That reminds me, is he carrying anything? Like, did he take something?
No, he has nothing. He doesn't even have like a backpack or anything.
Oh yeah, I meant like from the camp.
No.
I think he's gonna offer food again.
Okay. He will gesture at you to put it on the ground.
He will.
Okay. And then back up.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of food is it? I guess, is it raw meat or something else?
Yeah, I doubt he has that much raw meat on him.
Okay. So we'll just say it's like a ration or something.
Yeah.
He
Just
will.
see if he likes that.
Yeah, he will pick it up and just devour it as if he is starving. Once he is done eating, in a very hoarse voice, he will say, "Thank you." Get the sense he doesn't do much talking.
Ashish knows that feeling. Ashish will nod and say, "You're welcome."
I will say it's probably about this time that everybody else is getting close enough to be noticed.
Probably Andrea first.
Sadly, I think Andrea will go guns first.
Okay. As soon as he notices you, he is making to get away.
I think Ashish would try to interpose between them.
Okay.
And stop Andrea.
Andrea wouldn't respect that, so like drop like like.
Oh, so Andrea, as you arrive, you see just the briefest flash of a humanoid figure disappearing into the darkness as she stops you.
What? It's getting away. Oh, Andrea wanted to say that. More phlegmatic with that, yes.
I will remind you, you're expecting to see a cat and you see a human.
She's good to explain.
She says we should wait for the others first, and then he will explain.
Yeah, they all appear in short order.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Ashish will explain about the Catman as he's learned of him and stuff to the others and stuff.
Huh.
Does Liz manage to get there within 10 minutes?
Yeah, the rest of you all have similar speeds.
You're
So-
no slower than Estella.
You're all there.
I just want to make sure that that the detect magic was still up. Does he have the same on him that the person he attacked had?
Ooh. Because he started disappearing when Andrea arrived, I'll say I need a perception check from you to see if you can get a glimpse of him before he disappears. Okay. Yes.
Can she get a spell off before he disappears?
No.
It's very similar question from Lycra, except True Sight.
True Sight wouldn't reveal anything.
But do I see him disappear, or do I see him go transparent and then walk away?
He's not disappearing in the invisibility sense. He's just getting far away from you.
Yeah, using some mode of transportation, not just using an invisibility spell. That's what I was checking. Cool.
Right. He is.
He
using
ran
his
off.
feet.
That man is cursed, or that cat is cursed.
That cat slash man apparently is Ashis's friend.
Huh?
She has explained that he has been trying to. I don't know if make friends would be correct, but figure out what's going on here.
He's trying to make friends, but he doesn't put it in that words.
Yeah.
We are pretty in the middle of nowhere right now, yeah?
I think we're in
Yeah.
basically Badlands, aren't we?
Yeah, basically.
Well, I assume this is the creature that has been taking our food.
That is probably correct.
I gather, Ashis, that you wish to not just leave this person out here alone.
He nods.
Well, then perhaps we can come up with a plan to trap him and remove his curse, and maybe take him to a place where there's actual food.
Have you talked to him, or do you know if they know how to read?
So she's sort of be clear that he doesn't really want to trap him, and if he'd rather not take away the curse if it's something he wants to keep.
Fair.
Have you talked with him?
A little.
So he can speak. Okay. I think the nicest and less aggressive way we can handle this is just leave a plate of food next day and see how we go from there.
How much food is this caravan carrying? Like, can we afford to feed this guy?
Ooh, I have paralyzing water.
Yeah, I think between all of you, you're probably carrying your own rations. I don't make you track it, but I
Yeah.
feel like you do. So you can scrape an extra ration between you all for the trip for
Okay.
him if you want to, without alerting the rest of the caravan to what you're doing. Because you get the sense that they're not too thrilled with what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
She agrees with this idea.
Including the paralyzing water?
No, the ration.
But the paralyzing
Alright.
water was the important part.
And if he takes the food and runs away until we get to the city and then he stays out here in the hopes that another caravan comes by, are you okay with that?
If that's what he decides to do.
Dumb question. How do you know that the curse isn't affecting his personality? How do you know that that's what he actually wants?
Don't know yet. I'd like to try communicating a little bit more before determining anything.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sure he's not coming back tonight. I'm going back to bed.
Right.
All right. If you all put your heads together, you can figure the way back. I won't make you roll. The dawn of the next day. Let's get another roll.
I'll roll this time. D8.
Mhm.
Great.
Okay, nothing happens because you've already rolled a 3. You gain another day's worth of travel. Make camp for the night, feeling like you're about halfway done with the trip.
Okay.
And I think we will end there for the evening.
Dun, dun, dun.
You just went hard rolling that one there right out of the gate.
Yep.
Well, good job.
So many plots on stuff.
And next week, we get to find out Liz's deep, dark secrets.
Dun dun dun.
Well, Estella
know,
might get to learn some of them.
Liz has got a 20 wisdom. She's not going to fail her check.
You say that, and then you're going to roll a 6.
You don't get to add proficiency modifiers to your wisdom checks, so unless Nibble says so.
Well, I was going to say, I wonder if we can test the other theory, which is, can Lycra cast it on someone else going into the dream, and it lasts?
That's another thing we should test. That's a good idea. But please remember it, because I won't.
I won't either.
Hey, Nibbles.
Hello.
I took Finger of Death as my 7th level spell.
Okay.
The condition for that is if I kill a humanoid with it, it becomes unzombie under my control. Permanently. Can I theoretically dismiss the enchantment around the zombie so it stops being a zombie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you're comfortable with that, that kind of goes against your patron's whole ethos.
Yeah, like he would
So-
in the moment use the necromantic energy to preserve his own life, but afterwards he wouldn't.
Yeah, I think we can just say that unless you want it to, it doesn't happen, not the other way around.
Yeah. Just because I couldn't thematically think of a 7th level spell that would work. Like, sure, I could do reverse gravity or prismatic spray, but that spell is just perfect.
Yeah.
You know, as I'm sure Jamie has seen from his spell list, they're mostly necromantic and ice spells now,
Yeah.
with a couple fire ones splashed in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I am going to go build a Dyson sphere.
How is that?